What's going on, everybody? It is Triple Crown 24 back today. And long story short, today I am out a pretty nice Kobe Bryant card, a little over $200, including fees that were reimbursed. All due, in most part, I guess. You could put some blame on me if you wish, due to eBay's authenticity guarantee program. So what exactly happened? Well, today I received a flurry of emails. One of them was a case has been opened against you. Buyer claimed the item not received. And all these happen in quick succession. Now, as an eBay seller, I've had item not received claims before, especially on like the PWE stuff. And typically it's something where you get a chance for a rebuttal. But today it was very short and sweet, cut and dry. Where eBay themselves opened this case against me on the buyer's behalf. They ruled in the buyer's behalf, and they withdrew the funds from my balance on the buyer's behalf without any input from me. No way that I get to talk about anything. And it was an item, upon looking into it, that it went through their authenticity guarantee program. So the first thought that comes into my mind is, okay, the item failed authentication. On a graded card, it's very unusual, I would say, but it might just be that maybe the case got cracked in transit or something. Maybe there was some sort of error with me putting something in the description that flagged it. Maybe I accidentally fat-fingered the team and put Los Angeles Clippers instead of Lakers. Maybe that was the case. Well, no, in fact, I get an email today that said that the card was not inside the packaging. Interesting. So I received 3 pictures along with it. The first one was the front of the package. I'll show you that one in a minute. But here's my tweet that I sent out today about the matter. You see here, this is the bubble mailer that I sent with a pretty noticeable rip there across the front. And then I will move over here. Here it is right there. That tells you what the card is. I always put that on there just so it's easier for them to get the card through the authentication process as quickly as possible for the buyer's sake. But you see there, it is taped on all 4 sides with painter's tape. The slab would be inside that cardboard. And then as I usually do with these, and I did with this one too, because I remember packaging it, I took what you see there. It was put in bubble wrap. So wrapping the bubble wrap around there so that the case isn't cracked. It's put inside one bubble mailer, which I put on the outside of that bubble mailer a "if lost, please return to" message. And it has my name and address on there. And then that is put inside the outer bubble mailer that you see in this previous photo. So that's what they got today. And they said that there was no card inside. Now, could it have been that it fell out? Well, it would have had to fallen out through the inner bubble mailer, the bubble wrap around this piece of cardboard, and then also through these 4 pieces of blue tape, which all appear to be intact. They didn't send me the side of it, which is kind of suspicious, and it does look like it is 3-dimensional here, so I don't know where exactly the card would have gone or what is inside there, because it does look like there is some depth based on the shadow of this image that they sent me here. I don't know why that would be. If it's just 2 loose pieces of cardboard, then you would assume that this would lay flat, but maybe it's just being propped up or something. I don't know. I guess I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, even though I don't really think that they deserve it in this case. But as you can see here, this was something that was not accidental. This card was stolen. And what really bothers me about this is that you see, I'm recording this and uploading this on the 17th. This is the same day I was contacted. They have this sticker here on the 15th. They put this on here. And if I stop sharing that screen and I go over to the tracking, in fact, let me pull that back up here. The tracking will show you that it was, in fact, delivered on the 12th. Now, I'm not going to add the tracking number in just in case anything can be done with that, since this is a, I guess, technically an open investigation with the Postal Inspection Service. I've already been in contact with them and given them notice of this, and they're going to be contacting me within the next few days, or at least that's what I was told would happen. But you can see here, it was on the 12th. Then on the 15th, they finally put that little sticker on it. And now today on the 17th, they finally contact me. So 5 days after it reached their facility, that is when I am getting notice that something is not quite right here. But instead of asking me about it as a eBay power seller, someone who pays a storage subscription every single month, someone who's been on their platform for 9 years, has no negative or neutral feedbacks on their profile, I was immediately guilty. Judge, jury, and executioner decided I am guilty. I just didn't send the card. They refunded the buyer. And they have kept the envelope. They said that they will keep it for 10 days. In fact, this is the email that they sent me. It starts off by saying that what it's in regards to. And then there is this quote: "Our authenticator has let us know that the package we received did not have a card inside. If you purchased insurance on this shipment, I encourage you to contact the carrier and file an insurance claim. Shipping insurance is the only way a seller can be protected in the event an item is removed from its packaging or damaged while with a carrier. To assist you in this, I have included all photos from our authenticator of the package. These photos can accompany any insurance claim you wish to make. The authenticator will hold the package for 10 calendar days to allow your carrier to physically inspect it if required." So if USPS were to determine that they need more information about this, then they would ask the recipient to hold the package so that they can inspect it. So from my understanding is that 10 days from now, then they will discard that packaging if nothing has happened, which is why I got on this immediately, just so there was no chance that any of the evidence would be destroyed. So why does this frustrate me? Why does this piss me off so much? Well, number one, the authenticity guarantee program, from what I have seen, really based on all accounts, and I'm sure I'm not speaking for everyone here, and I don't want to make a generalization for speaking for everyone by saying this, but this is a program that nobody really likes, and it's a program that nobody really asked for. It's a program that eBay implemented with various collectibles or luxury items such as shoes or watches, and trading cards is one of them. So this is a program that is not optional. You have to go through this, and there's two separate facilities. In this case, the graded card facility, these are inspected by PSA. And today I called them. I called eBay and I asked, can you put me through to someone who is in charge of authenticity guarantee? And they put me through basically the middleman who is with PSA. I don't know the exact title, but I asked them some very basic questions, some questions that the Postal Inspection Service asked me today. And I said, I don't know the answer to that right now. This is my best guess. I will have to contact them for more details. And the rep told me today, basically, they don't know. They don't know if there are security cameras in the mail reception area that would show if any kind of foul play went on. They don't know exactly how the mail is delivered there or where it is delivered to. They just know what entrance of the building they use. But again, there's no guarantee that there is some kind of security system there or some kind of security camera. They guessed that there was, but I couldn't be assured of that today. So I guess, hey, if there's no security there, all of these precious items and valuable items are being sent there with a very lackluster security system, if that is not true. And that is extremely disturbing to know that I am sending these items there to less secure facilities than what they would have been sent to probably if I had just sent them directly to the buyer. And that's also the point here. This card was sold for $235. Yes, with shipping and tax, the card did go over the $250 threshold, but shipping and tax does not count towards the amount. It is supposed to be based on the actual value of the item. But because apparently if you set your asking price with a best offer above $250 and it's accepted, regardless of what you accept the offer for, it has to go through this service. And it doesn't matter if it was $1 that I accepted. It doesn't matter if it was $249.99. Doesn't matter if it was $299.99 or $235 like it was in this case. It has to go through that program. And there's no way to opt out of it. There's absolutely no way. That's been one of the biggest complaints about this, is that there's no way around it. You have to go through their system. And I can almost guarantee you, which really pisses me off the most, is that if this was sent directly to the buyer, this wouldn't have been an issue. They would have had their card already. The buyer, I've already spoke to. In fact, I called the buyer. The buyer requested I call them. One of the nicest people that you could talk to. It was a pleasure to speak with him. And, you know, he was bummed out for me, but he was also bummed out that he didn't get the card. He wanted this card. You know, there's a reason he paid this money. It was to get the card. It wasn't to get a refund or to go through this process. And it has scared him. It has scared him from going through this process again. And I can't tell you how many times I've had people try to reach out to me on other platforms with items that I have on eBay to try to get the item so that they don't have to go through this program. eBay has shot themselves in the foot repeatedly by instituting these stupid policies that nobody asked for. There are so many different policies out there, and I'm sorry that I'm getting angry and that it sounds like I'm ranting, but I'm really upset about this, okay? To be treated like I'm a liar or to just have my money from my account ripped away from me without any input from me whatsoever when I've been a loyal customer of theirs for 9 years is insulting. It is ridiculous that they do this. And that this card had to go through a program that I didn't ask for, the buyer didn't ask for. It's their own stupid policy that this had to happen to. And now I'm terrified to send any graded card back to Santa Ana because who knows if this could happen again. And one of the reasons I think it was flagged and why this might have happened is that is just the, you can see here, this was the case that was put on hold. And it says the buyer requested a refund. That is a blatant lie. It was eBay who did that. They entered that in on the buyer's behalf. The buyer did not do anything. So again, they were misleading in their titles. They said it's just a formality, but it is a misleading formality at that. Let me show you something else here. This is a screen capture of the first picture that they sent me today with the package. I've crossed out the name. As you can see, I don't put the sports cards title. I just put Triple Crown 24 in the name of the package. So I guess if you knew who I was, you could look it up and you could probably guess there was a trading card inside. But if I zoom in here, let me zoom in if it will let me. I don't think it will. There's something there that says reference number. It has the address of the facility there. And then it says eBay. So I would think that if you were to see this enough times, you would understand that this is something that is going to this facility and what kind of items are coming through here. I would guess that this is a facility specifically dedicated to the authenticity guarantee program. And that likely means that most packages being sent there are ones that are being authenticated, meaning there are valuable cards that are most likely $250 or more in value going there. So who's to say this couldn't happen again? That the same postal worker decides again, hey, I'm going to go ahead and swipe this. Or maybe it was something that was done inside the facility. I don't know that yet. I assume as the Postal Inspection Service does what they can do, that maybe I'll get some of those answers. But right now I have zero faith in this process. I really don't think that I'll ever get this card back. I don't think that I will be reimbursed for this. And it was all through something that could have been easily avoided and something that nobody asked for. I get why they put this policy in place. It's to protect people from buying fraudulent items that they can't inspect in person, to protect people from buying fake slabs or receiving items in a condition that wasn't what was agreed upon in the listing. I understand that, but it has caused more harm than it has good. It's because there's some very shady participants out there that required that this policy be put in place with all the false item not received claims and all the false item not as described claims out there where people, if an item dropped in value, then they would just try to charge it back and eBay would automatically side with the buyer. That's probably one of the reasons why they went ahead and implemented this stupid policy anyways, is because of a few bad eggs, rather than actually doing something to police the buying side of things and protect their sellers. Let's just make more hoops to jump through. And I get it. It's ranty here, and you could probably criticize some of the things I'm saying. That's fine. You can go right ahead and do that. But this impacts my business, okay? eBay doesn't care if I don't get reimbursed for this or that my card was stolen. They really don't care. And I'm sure most of the people watching this don't care too. It's not going to impact those people personally, but it does impact me. as a small business owner, it impacts me. And the fact that they would just spit on me like this is insulting. I don't want to do business on these types of transactions anymore as a buyer or a seller, because I know this is a possibility where this theft could occur. And there is absolutely nothing that they will do to hold anyone accountable for this. So today I sit without the card. I sit without the amount that I was compensated for the card and the purchase, and my buyer now has to go try to find another one of these cards. He got his money back. I mean, that's I guess one of the positives in this, that the system did its job in getting the buyer their money because they didn't receive their card, but they could have just gotten their card straight from me. They could have put signature confirmation on it and protected my own ass. If I would have done this, even put signature confirmation on there, it wouldn't have mattered, because at most businesses, the person there doesn't necessarily sign for each individual package. Usually they just sign for all packages at once, or they have a sign, like, for example, I'm not going to go too in depth with this, but I have seen businesses before where they have a sign with the owner's signature. And because of that, that allows all signatures to be waived. And it's not always like that. It depends on the company sometimes, but damn it, this could have been avoided. And eBay just doesn't care. They don't care. So, word of warning, when you're going through authenticity guarantee, there are crooks out there. There are thieves out there, and you might be next. So just a fair warning if you want to participate in this program, either as a buyer or a seller. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.